Hey Scrappy friends, it's Audrey. Welcome to day 11 of 'Tis the Season, 12 Days of Holiday Scrapping, the 2020 version. Joining me today are Virginia and Lori, of course, and other special guest designers, so please go check out their links in the description below. So today I am working with a new tool I got. I just purchased this bow punch and stamp set from a friend who is a Stampin' Up consultant, and I thought that I would punch out a ton of bows for my page. So I love using punches like this. If you have a punch with a fun shape and you have lots of fun pattern papers, there's no better way to showcase them than to just repeat the pattern over and over and over and over again with different colored pattern papers, and it really makes the pattern papers stand out, I think. So I'm going to punch a ton of bows. I am mostly using papers from this year's Hip Kit Club November kit, and then I actually go back into some kits from previous years as well. And I'm going to stick mostly with the red and green. I'll do a few pink bows, and I do a couple ones here that have some yellow and blues in them, but I actually end up taking those out just because I kind of like having some of the white ones in there, but on the white background they don't stand out as well. So I'm gonna I'll punch a whole bunch of different ones and then I'll play around with and see which ones I like the best. And I'm just gonna arrange them kind of in a grid design on the background. I thought about scattering them all over, but I'm just gonna go with the grid. Okay, so I have punched out all of my bows and the centers for those bows, as you can see. And I'm going to start using the stamp that came with the punch. Well, it didn't come with the punch, but I bought it as a set. And I noticed I did something wrong, and I punched a lot of the bows the wrong direction, so they do have a direction to them, and I didn't check to make sure that the direction that I was punching the pattern paper matched up with the direction of the stamp. So you can see the green bows, the darker green bows on my page there. I have already stamped the lines on them. So I actually had to go back through and repunch many of my pattern papers so that they were going in the correct direction. So that was a little bit of a bummer, but okay, that's fine. All right, so I've stamped on many of them. I didn't stamp the ribbons or the ribbon design on all of them. I'm going to go back through and just highlight some with marker, I think, too. But I put the centers on, I popped the foam centers up, and I placed all the bows on my background page, like so. So I am doing something very different with this page. I don't often do two-page layouts. I very rarely do that. I like designing one-page layouts because I like to play around with my supplies and use a lot of supplies on my page. So I have done this technique before. I am going to make a little like pull-out accordion album that's going to go right onto my scrapbook page. And I have 12 or 11 or 12 pictures that I have printed. They're all 3x4. And I'm measuring strips of paper. I think I measured them at about 4.5. And I just kind of gauged about the width to fold it. And you can see I'm not using a scoring blade. I'm just folding this paper with my hands. I'm not doing anything fancy here. But and I have a little piece that kind of overhangs, a leftover piece. And I'm going to use it, like I do here, to glue on the next section. So I happen to have two pieces of this pattern paper so that I was able to cut out, I guess you could even just do out of one because I only used two 4.5 by 12-inch long pieces. And then I had an extra scrap piece here so that I could have a base to glue onto my layout, which you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I keep counting my spaces just to make sure that I have enough. So it's just a little accordion fold, and this is how it's going to work. So the base will be on the glued to the layout, and then I'll be able to flip it either way. You could make it into a little book if you wanted, I guess, but I wanted the backs of the pages to be useful. So then I just take each photo, and I'm going to just put each photo on a page. And I do that for all 12 photos, and then you can fold it out like that. Isn't that cute? Such a simple way to add a ton of photos. Now, the only thing is it does add a lot of bulk. So I had to take a couple bows off there to make this fit. But it is the standard size. It's a 3x4 with you know, a mat, so it doesn't take any more of the 12x12 space up, but it does go a little bit high. Okay, so now I'm going to start embellishing this. I wasn't sure how to do it because I didn't want to overdo and take away from the bows. So I found some more bits from the Hip Kit Club November kit. And I have a little banner piece that says Mary, and then a couple die cuts with some holly leaves and berries. And I did a little pop of yellow here because I don't have yellow anywhere else on the page, but I kind of wanted to draw your eye over there to kind of be like, hey, open me, I'm a little book with lots of photos. Um, so I put that there, and then I am gluing some embellishments inside here. And I realized after I did this that I really didn't leave myself any space for journaling. Um, and I guess that's okay. I mean, it's, you know, sometimes the photos tell the story. You don't really have to do a ton of journaling. I mean, I could have journaled about every photo, but it's fine. I mean, I've used many of these photos or similar photos of this particular time on other pages, so I think it's okay. I'm using a couple of the little pieces that punched with the ribbon. There's like a little tag that goes with each one. So I'm going to use one there to help open the little book. And again, I didn't really know what else to do. I just put a couple stickers on each picture, and then I'll go through and add some labels and phrases. I love these tiny stickers. They're perfect for little things like this. And I wasn't like, I'm not trying to be fancy on the inside, honestly. It's fine. I do like to make mini albums, but I don't know. I have a hard time storing mini albums, so if I can make a mini album on a page like this and put it on a page and then put my layout in my album, that kind of works too. I love these pictures. Such fun memories. We had a great Christmas last year. Okay, so I punched a little hole in my little tab here, and I'm going to add some twine. You can see one thing I forgot to record is I did do some splatters with a fan brush, so some very, very tiny splatters just around the photo in some pink and some of that darker green. You'll see that better in the close-ups. It's even hard to see here, but just a few splatters. And then I added a little rhinestone to the center of each bow. So that is it. That is my mini album on a page. I love this stamp and punch set. So much fun. Thank you, Bonnie, for my Stampin' Up order. So that's a Stampin' Up set. And yeah, so there it is. So I have, oh, I wanted to show you the spread out here, how it lays out on the page. So that's both directions. So that does it for day 11. One more day coming up and then it's Christmas. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching today. Be sure to go check out the other ladies' pages as well. Stay scrappy, friends, and happy holidays.